All right, getting ready for a Foundry Operative interview, huh?
That's right.
Well, think of this deep dive as your, like, secret weapon, right?
Yeah.
We're going to break down the job.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tackle those tricky questions
Yep.
and even show you how RoleCatcher's AI
Right.
can be your secret weapon to interview success.
Absolutely.
First things first.
Mm-hmm.
What is a Foundry Operative?
Right.
So imagine molten metal, sparks flying.
Yeah.
You're in the heart of it all,
Mm-hmm.
making sure each casting is flawless.
It's a blend of technical skill, precision, and almost a bit of artistry.
Yeah. It's got to be satisfying seeing those finished products.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
The career guide paints a vivid picture of the environment.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your typical office.
To say the least.
Right.
All right.
Foundries are known for their heat, noise, dust.
Yeah.
So comfort with protective gear and a strong emphasis on safety are non-negotiable.
Yeah. Absolutely. Safety first for sure.
Yeah.
What about the bigger picture, though? Career growth.
Right.
What's that look like in this field?
Yeah, so the industry's evolving. New technologies are constantly emerging.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Those core skills in metal casting, they remain absolutely essential.
Okay.
So you start as a trainee, you hone your skills as an operator, and then from there, the path opens up.
Okay.
You can become a supervisor.
Yeah.
You can specialize in a particular type of casting.
Yeah.
Like mastering a specific metal or a process, you know?
Yeah, right.
So the possibilities are really exciting.
Yeah, that's what I love about this job.
Yeah.
It's a craft you can really build on.
It is.
But let's get down to brass tacks.
Okay.
The interview, right?
All right.
The interview guide we have here lists 10 common questions they might throw your way.
Ready to dive in.
Let's do it.
All right.
Question number 1.
Okay.
Can you tell us about your experience working in a foundry?
Okay.
Now, this one's all about showcasing your relevant experience.
Yeah.
But remember, it's not just listing job titles.
Right. You got to dig into those specifics.
Exactly.
Did you work in a large-scale production foundry or a smaller, more specialized one?
Yeah.
What types of metals did you work with? What were your day-to-day responsibilities?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to quantify your experience.
Yeah.
Did you oversee the production of a certain number of castings per shift?
Right. Yeah.
Did you specialize in a particular type of mold?
Yeah.
Details like that really make your experience come alive.
Yeah, it's like you're painting a picture.
Yes.
For them.
Absolutely.
Okay. Question 2.
Okay.
A bit of a curveball.
Okay.
How do you ensure that your work area is clean and organized? I mean, foundries, they're known for being a bit industrial.
It's true.
Silly.
But this question is about much more than just tidiness.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
It's about understanding that crucial link
Yeah.
between organization and safety in a foundry environment.
Okay.
A messy workspace can be a recipe for disaster.
So it's not just wiping down the surfaces.
you got
it's
it.
about having systems in place.
Exactly.
Wow.
Think about things like using shadow boards to keep tools in their designated spots.
Right.
Color coding materials for easy identification.
Yeah.
And having a checklist
Right.
for daily cleanup and equipment maintenance.
Right. So that proactive mindset,
Yes.
attention to detail,
Absolutely.
that speaks volumes about your work ethic
Yes.
and your commitment to safety.
Definitely.
Okay, let's move on to question 3,
That's right.
which really gets into problem solving.
Okay.
Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a problem in the foundry?
This one feels like a real opportunity to shine.
Yes, it does. Right.
Yeah.
The key here is to pick a specific problem
Yes.
that demonstrates skills relevant to the job description. So let's say the job emphasizes quality control.
Right.
You could talk about a time when you identified a flaw in a casting and had to figure out how to prevent it from happening again.
Yeah, or if the job involves a lot of equipment operation,
Right.
you could share an anecdote about a time when a machine malfunctioned
Yeah,
and you had to diagnose and fix the issue.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But don't just describe the problem. Walk them through your thought process.
Exactly.
How did you identify the root cause?
Right.
What step did you take to solve it? And what was the outcome?
Yeah, that's where those star stories come in.
Yeah.
You know?
Situation, task, action, result.
Absolutely.
That's a great framework for answering these types of behavioral questions. Now, question 4.
Okay.
Shifts the focus to quality.
Right.
How do you ensure that your work meets quality standards?
Now, this is all about showcasing your meticulous approach to quality control. So mention specific tools or processes you use.
Yeah.
Like calipers for checking dimensions, visual inspections for defects, or even tests you might run on the metals composition.
So it's not just about meeting the bare minimum.
Exactly.
It's about going above and beyond.
Absolutely.
To ensure excellence.
Yes. And if you have any examples of times when you identified a potential quality issue and took proactive steps to correct it, definitely share those. It shows you're truly dedicated to delivering top-notch work.
Okay. Question 5 gets a little more personal. Can you tell us about a time when you had to work with a difficult team member? Foundries are all about teamwork.
Absolutely.
I imagine this question is designed to gauge your communication skills.
It is.
And interpersonal skills.
It is.
Right.
The key here is to choose a situation where you successfully navigated conflict resolution. Instead of bad-mouthing the other person.
Right.
Focus on the positive.
Yeah. Did you actively try to understand their perspective?
Right.
Did you suggest solutions that benefited the entire team?
Absolutely. So it's about turning a potentially negative situation into a showcase for your maturity and problem-solving skills.
Right.
Okay.
Question 6 is all about time management.
Right.
How do you prioritize your tasks and manage your time in the Foundry? Given the fast-paced nature of the work, this feels particularly relevant.
Absolutely. Foundries are dynamic environments.
Yeah.
So they want to see if you can handle multiple tasks efficiently. So share your strategies.
Yeah.
Do you use a to-do list?
Yeah.
A scheduling app?
Right.
Or a specific prioritization technique?
Yeah, but even if you don't have a formal method, talk about your approach.
Absolutely.
Do you break down large tasks into smaller, more manageable steps? Do you schedule time blocks for specific activities?
The key is to demonstrate that you can stay organized, focused, and meet deadlines, even under pressure.
Okay. Question 7 brings us back to safety.
Right.
How do you ensure that you are following safety protocols in the Foundry?
Now, this one feels like a slam dunk opportunity to showcase your commitment to safety.
It does.
Which is paramount in a Foundry.
Right.
And it's not just about knowing the rules.
Yes.
It's about demonstrating your unwavering commitment to following them. So go beyond just saying, I follow the rules.
Yeah.
Mention specific safety protocols you adhere to, like wearing the correct PPE, inspecting equipment before use, or maintaining a safe distance from molten metal.
And if you've ever gone above and beyond, like suggesting a safety improvement or reporting a potential hazard,
absolutely.
definitely share that. It shows that you're not just compliant or proactive.
Exactly.
All right. Question 8 is,
can
you describe a time when you had to train a new team member in the Foundry? It seems like it could overlap with some of the previous questions.
Right.
But I imagine the focus here is on leadership and mentorship.
You're exactly right.
Okay.
Choose an experience that highlights your ability to break down complex tasks into manageable steps, provide clear instructions, offer constructive feedback.
So instead of just saying, I trained someone, talk about the specific skills you taught them, the challenges you encountered, and how you adapted your approach to ensure their success.
It showcases your ability to not only perform the tasks yourself, but to guide and teach others effectively.
Okay, let's tackle question 9.
Right.
Can you tell us about a time when you had to troubleshoot a complex problem in the Foundry? This sounds like problem solving, but on a whole other level.
It is. Choose a challenging problem that required critical thinking and in-depth problem solving.
Right.
walk them through your entire thought process.
Okay.
Did you gather data, analyze different possibilities, test various solutions?
Did you have to collaborate with others or research new techniques?
Exactly. Painting a detailed picture of your approach shows them that you have a systematic and thorough approach to problem solving, which is essential in a Foundry environment.
Okay. And we're on to the last question in this set.
All right.
How do you stay up to date on new technologies and techniques in the Foundry industry?
Now, I think this one speaks to your commitment to continuous learning.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Foundry technology is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
So showing a dedication to staying current is key. Mention training programs, certifications, or any professional development activities you've participated in.
And don't forget those less formal avenues of learning as well.
Right.
Yeah. You read industry publications, attend webinars, participate in online forums.
Sharing those examples shows you're genuinely passionate about your craft and committed to staying at the forefront of the industry.
This has been so helpful already.
Good.
But before we move on, I want to touch on RoleCatcher's AI.
Okay.
And how it can be a game changer in your interview prep.
Right. What's so fascinating about RoleCatcher is that it doesn't just offer generic advice. Right. Yeah. It analyzes specific job descriptions to pinpoint exactly what each Foundry is looking for.
You're right.
Right.
It's like having a personalized coach in your corner, ensuring you hit all the right notes.
Yeah.
For example, if they're emphasizing experience with a certain type of casting or a specific piece of equipment, RoleCatcher will flag that for you.
So you can tailor your resume and interview answers
to
highlight those specific skills.
Exactly.
Making your application stand out from the crowd.
It's like having a behind-the-scenes look at the hiring manager's thought process.
That's a huge advantage. Plus, it can even provide feedback on your interview responses. Imagine practicing your answers and getting instant feedback on how you're coming across. Are you using strong action verbs?
Are you quantifying your achievements?
Right.
RoleCatcher's AI will let you know.
It's incredible.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's like having a 247 interview coach in your pocket.
In your pocket.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick pause.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll continue exploring those interview questions in even more detail.
Sounds good. All right, let's fire up that forge and get back to those interview questions.
Yeah.
We've laid the groundwork, but let's dig even deeper into how to approach those tricky scenarios.
All right, so we were discussing that first question.
Right.
Can you tell us about your experience working in a Foundry? And talked about highlighting specific responsibilities, achievements.
Right.
But what if someone's fresh out of training or maybe making a career switch and they don't have direct Foundry experience?
That's where you flex those transferable skills. Think about roles where you've operated machinery, followed precise instructions, or worked in any type of manufacturing or production setting.
Right.
The key is to connect the dots for the interviewer.
So even if you've never worked with molten metal specifically, if you've operated a forklift, followed detailed assembly instructions, worked in a fast-paced environment with strict safety protocols, those experiences are relevant.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's all about framing your background in a way that highlights those skills that translate directly to the Foundry environment.
Okay.
Now, for question 2.
Right.
How do you ensure that your work area is clean and organized? We touched on the importance of systems and proactive thinking. Do you have any specific examples?
Oh, I do.
That really bring this to life?
One that comes to mind is the 5S methodology.
Okay.
Sort, set in order, shine, standardize, sustain.
Oh, that's a great example.
It's a lean manufacturing principle. It's all about creating a clean, organized, and efficient workspace.
You could talk about using shadow boards to organize tools, implementing a color coding system for materials, or even creating a daily checklist for cleanup and equipment maintenance.
Yeah, those are fantastic examples.
Right.
Not only do they demonstrate a commitment to organization, They also show that you understand the importance of efficiency and safety.
Absolutely.
In a Foundry setting.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to question 3.
Okay.
Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a problem in the Foundry? We talked about picking a problem relevant to the job description.
Right.
But how do you choose the right problem to showcase your skills effectively?
So the key is to select a problem that allowed you to demonstrate the specific skills that you're looking for. So let's say the job description emphasizes teamwork. You might choose a time when you had to collaborate with others to solve a complex problem, highlighting your communication and collaboration skills.
And if they're looking for someone who's proactive, takes initiative, you might choose a time when you identified a potential problem before it became a major issue, showcasing your ability to think ahead and prevent problems.
Exactly. And don't forget to walk them through your process. What were the specific steps you took to identify the root cause? How did you gather information and analyze the situation?
And most importantly, what was the outcome?
Yes.
Did your solution improve efficiency?
Enhance safety. Prevent a costly mistake.
Those details really, really paint a picture of your problem-solving abilities.
Okay.
Now, moving on to question 4. How do you ensure that your work meets quality standards? We discussed highlighting specific tools and processes. But what if someone hasn't worked in a role with formal quality control procedures? How can they approach this question?
That's a great question. Even if you haven't had formal quality control training, think about times when you've had to pay close attention to detail. Follow precise instructions or meticulously double check your work.
Maybe you proofread documents for a living. Ensuring every comma is in the right place. Or perhaps you're a whiz in the kitchen, following recipes to the letter to create culinary masterpieces.
It's all about demonstrating
that you have a fundamental understanding of quality and that you take pride in doing things right the first time. Okay.
Now let's tackle question 5.
Right.
Can you tell us about a time when you had to work with a difficult team member? Now, this one can be a bit of a minefield.
Yeah, it can be.
How do you navigate it without sounding negative or placing blame? So the key is to focus on how you handled the situation professionally and productively. Did you remain calm? Listen actively to their concerns. Try to find a compromise that worked for everyone involved.
And even if the outcome wasn't perfect, what did you learn from the experience?
Exactly.
Did it change the way you approach conflict resolution?
Remember, interviewers are looking for self-awareness and a willingness to learn from challenges, showing that you can reflect on difficult situations and extract valuable lessons is a huge plus.
Case question 6 focuses on time management. How do you prioritize your tasks and manage your time in the Foundry? We talked about sharing strategies, but how can you make your answer really stand out?
One way to make your answer memorable is to use a specific example. Perhaps you had to juggle multiple urgent deadlines or a sudden shift in priorities through your schedule off track. Talk about how you adapted, prioritize, and ensured that everything got done on time.
And if you utilize a specific time management technique like the Eisenhower matrix or the Pomodoro technique, mentioning that can show you're organized and proactive.
Absolutely.
But even if you don't follow a specific technique, talk about your general approach.
Absolutely. Do you break down large tasks into smaller, manageable steps? Do you schedule specific times for certain activities? The key is to demonstrate that you have a system that works for you and keeps you on track even in a fast-paced environment. All right.
So let's dive into question 7,
Okay.
which is all about safety.
All right.
How do you ensure that you are following safety protocols in the Foundry. We touched on the importance of going beyond just saying, I follow the rules.
Right.
But how can you really drive this point home?
Yeah.
And make your commitment to safety shine through?
One effective approach is to personalize your answer.
Okay.
Instead of just listing safety protocols, share a specific anecdote about a time when you went above and beyond. Right.
To ensure safety.
Maybe you noticed a potential hazard and took the initiative to correct it.
Right.
Or perhaps you saw a colleague not following a protocol and stepped in to remind them of the importance of safety.
Exactly. Right. Sharing those real-life experiences demonstrates that you're not just passively following rules, but actively engaged in creating a safe work environment.
Now let's move on to question 8.
Right.
Which is all about training.
Okay.
Can you describe a time when you had to train a new team member in the Foundry? We discussed highlighting leadership and mentorship. Right. But how can you make your answers stand out from the crowd?
Think about what made this training experience unique.
Okay.
Did you have to adapt your teaching style?
Yeah.
To accommodate different learning styles? Did you encounter any unexpected challenges?
And if so, how did you overcome them?
Maybe you developed creative training materials or implemented a new training method that proved particularly effective.
Exactly.
Sharing those details showcases your ability to think outside the box.
Right.
Adapt to different situations.
It's not just about reciting the steps.
Yeah.
It's about demonstrating that you understand the nuances of training and can effectively guide others towards success.
Now for question 9.
Okay.
Can you tell us about a time when you had to troubleshoot a complex problem in the Foundry? We talked about the importance of walking them through your thought process.
Right.
But how can you really make your problem-solving skills shine?
This is where you can showcase your analytical thinking and your ability to break down a complex problem into manageable parts. Did you use a specific problem solving framework?
Okay.
Like root cause analysis or the 5 whys technique?
Did you involve others in the process? Did you research different solutions or consult with experts?
Painting a detailed picture of your approach shows them that you have a systematic and thorough approach to problem solving, which is essential in a Foundry environment.
All right, finally.
Okay.
Let's revisit question 10.
Right.
Which is all about staying current. How do you stay up to date on new technologies and techniques in the Foundry industry?
Right.
We've discussed mentioning specific resources and activities, but how can you really demonstrate your passion for continuous learning? Instead
of just listing resources, talk about a specific technology or technique that you're excited about. Perhaps you've been reading about advancements in 3D printing for metal casting, or you're eager to learn more about robotic automation in the Foundry.
Yeah, sharing that enthusiasm shows that you're not just going through the motions, but actively seeking out new knowledge and eager to contribute to the industry's evolution.
It demonstrates that you're forward thinking and committed to staying at the forefront of the field.
This has been incredibly insightful. So many great tips and strategies for tackling those interview questions with confidence.
Absolutely.
But remember, preparation is key.
Yes.
Practicing your answers beforehand can make a world of difference. And speaking of preparation, let's circle back to RoleCatcher's AI and how it can be an invaluable tool for fine-tuning your responses and gaining that extra edge. We've covered a ton of ground on those interview questions. Really getting into the nitty-gritty of how to showcase those skills and experience. But now I'm curious to hear more about RoleCatcher's AI.
Okay.
It feels almost like having a personal interview coach in your pocket.
It really is.
Right.
What's fascinating is how it how it goes beyond generic advice and delves into the specifics of each job posting. Yeah. So imagine this. Okay. You upload a job description. RoleCatcher's AI analyzes it, picking out those keywords and skills that the hiring manager is really looking for.
So instead of just guessing what they want to hear,
exactly,
you have data-driven insights guiding your prep.
Yes.
That's a huge advantage.
It's like having a behind-the-scenes look at the hiring manager's thought process.
Right, and then it gets even better. Remember how we talked about framing your experience?
Right, yeah.
Tailoring your answers.
Right.
RoleCatcher can actually help you do that.
Yeah.
So walk me through that.
Okay.
How does it work?
You can input your work history and skills, and RoleCatcher will suggest how to best present them based on the specific job you're applying for. Okay. It might highlight certain experiences over others, suggest strong action verbs to use, or even help you quantify your achievements in a way that resonates with the hiring manager.
So it's like having a resume and interview answer editor all in one.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
We also touched on RoleCatcher's AI feedback feature.
Right.
How does that work in practice?
It's like having a mock interview, but with an AI coach. Okay. You can record yourself answering common interview questions.
And RoleCatcher's AI will analyze your responses, giving you feedback on your content delivery, and even your body language.
Wait, it can analyze body language from a video?
It can.
Wow.
It'll pick up on things like your posture, eye contact, and even the tone of your voice, helping you project confidence and professionalism.
That's next level stuff.
It is.
It really does feel like having a personal coach.
It is.
Helping you fine tune every aspect of your interview performance.
It's all about giving you that extra edge. And helping you present your best self.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground today, from understanding the role of a Foundry Operative, to mastering those tricky interview questions, and even harnessing the power of AI
for interview prep. What are some key takeaways you want listeners to walk away with?
First and foremost, preparation is key.
Okay.
Research the company, practice your answers, utilize all the tools at your disposal, including those incredible AI features from RoleCatcher.
And don't be afraid to let your passion shine through.
Absolutely. Foundry work is about creating something tangible, something lasting. It takes skill, dedication, and a love for the craft.
It's not just a job. You're joining a team that creates something real, something essential.
Absolutely.
Here's one final thought for you.
Okay.
Remember that you bring something unique to the table.
Right.
What skills, experiences, or passions make you stand out? Maybe you're a problem-solving whiz, a stickler for detail, or a champion for safety.
Right.
Whatever it is. Own it.
Own it. Let your individuality shine through and go into that interview with confidence.
Best of luck to everyone out there.
Yes.
Preparing for their Foundry Operative interviews. We're rooting for you.
Absolutely.